Hi, this video is going to be a continuation of the previous one where I started with going through classes. And so we're going to still work with the cell phone class that we created previously. So in this one here, many of these programs that we're doing here are going to use the cell phone objects and lists to test the ability to store cell phone objects in a list. I'm going to write the code for this. This program gets the data for 5 cell phones from the user, creates the cell phone objects holding that data, and stores those objects in a list. It then iterates over the list, displaying the attributes of each object. So let me move this out of the way here and we'll get started. Okay, so let me pull up. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and open up start a new file here. And I'm going to close this one off because I don't need it anymore. So again, we're going to need to start with our main, I'm sorry, with our import of cell phone. I'm going to do it the other way again. So in our main here, we're going to create a list. We're going to call it phones. And we're going to call a function to do that, to create those for us. We're going to print here's the data you entered. And then we're going to call another method called display list, passing in our phones. Okay, so we're going to do our, go over here, our make list function. So phone list is going to be equal to an empty list. For count in range 1 through 6. And if I was doing this, I'd probably make a constant at the very beginning of the program that would have call it number of phones or whatever, and set that as 5, and then do this 0 through that, or change it to 1 through that plus 1. And then that way, if we ever wanted to change it, we just have to go and change it at that constant rather than wherever this is throughout the program here. So print okay, I need a space in here to make that look a little bit better when we do that. Okay, so we're going to put phone number and then str count plus and then colon space. So MAN is going to be equal to input enter the manufacturer. I guess I don't need that space up there because this is just a print statement, so I'll fix that. And then D is equal to input enter the model number, and then retail is equal to float input enter the retail price. and then we'll do a print to put a blank line in here. Okay. So now the next thing we need to do is create an object of our cell phone class. So phone is going to be equal to cell phone, passing in the variables that we have our data in. And then we need to append that to our list. So phone list dot append phone. Okay, and then we're done with. I'm going to check my notes here because I think it has the return statement in the wrong place, which it does. So glad I paid attention to that. Return needs to go outside the for loop. Okay. And then we want to do our display, and so we're going to display list, and we're going to pass it in our phone list. So for item in phone list, we're going to print item.get manufacturer, item.get model, and we're going to print item.get retail price. And that's the whole program. And then we just have to call our main. Okay, so let's see what happens here. Save this. And just a second here. And save it as cell phone list.py. Okay, so let's go ahead and run this and see if I got any errors in here. Okay, it did not run. Oh, I got model because I was doing that, sorry. It's not model, it's going to be main. I got in the brain the model from the other code. So we're going to enter the manufacturer. Acme Electronics M1000 and then 199.99. Phone 2, Atlantic Communications. Model is S2 and the price is $149.99. Let me take this down so I can get it all on the screen here. There. Okay, so cell phone 3 is Wavelength Electronics. Model number is N477 and the price is $249.99. Oops. Well, I messed that up, but that's okay. We'll do it this way. 4 is Edison Wireless SLX 88 and 169.99. And then the last one is Sonic Systems X99 and 299.99. Okay, so there's all the data. We should have put a space in there someplace to spread this out. That one was the one that I messed up there, but all the data is there. So what I would do, I'm not going to rerun this, but what I would do is in here, I would do a print to print that out. So, okay. So hopefully this gives you some information that you may have needed on how to store objects in a list. Bye.